And it is episode 105 of the Buko Boys.
Welcome to another episode.
What's up, everybody? I am Dale.
And I am DVO.
And we're back at it, folks.
And we're brothers.
And you know it. You know we're brothers. All right. Stuff going on this week. Anything going on for you?
Not a lot. We've got some windy, rainy weather, so it kind of put a damper on some of my plans. But we plan on doing some motorcycle stuff, my wife and I. But looks like we won't be this weekend.
Yeah, those the weather kind of ruined my first bass tournament.
Yeah, you were out there in the snow.
Yeah, it snowed on us, and I'll tell you what, if it was a trout tournament, I would have killed it. I would have killed it, but bass skunks got skunked.
Oh no!
So I'll try again next month. But let's see. This week, the Utah Jazz, they just lost the first round of the playoffs. Did you hear about that?
Sad news. Game 6. I mean, they got deep in the first round, but not deep in the playoffs.
I don't know what happened. So I'm not following basketball, of course, but it seems like the first part of the season they just are kicking ass. It sounds like I hear about them just whooping ass all the first part of the season, and then they just kind of become normal.
Then they suck, and then they start kicking ass again at the end of the season.
Yeah, at the end of the season, right before the playoffs, all of a sudden I hear about them all kicking ass again.
Yeah, and that's exactly what happened.
And then it's like they make the playoffs, and then I don't hear any more news.
Because
I don't watch it. I don't watch it to hear news.
Because it wasn't going good. Because the games that we did win, we barely won. Like, one of them we won by 1 point. So, yeah.
Damn. But, I mean, that's how basketball is, though. I remember when I would watch basketball when I had high tea. No. I mean, that's how games were. There was always down to, 3-point games. And it was always, just, back and forth.
Right, right.
The lead would just keep going back and forth, and at the end of the game, it would just explode on one side. It's crazy.
Yeah, and unfortunately, it didn't go in our favor this year.
Yeah, and it always never explodes on our side. So
no.
That thing you can count on. You can always count on that.
I know. I mean, we're going to hope for another good season next year. Cross our fingers.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
But we just had the NFL draft. We have a few topics about Utah sports coming up, which is exciting. In the NFL draft, one player made it into the first round of the draft. From my understanding, only one player from Utah, which was Devin Lloyd from the University of Utah. And he's a linebacker. He got picked up by the Jacksonville Jaguars. Wasn't too excited about him going there. They think
where'd you want him to go?
Well, I think they had the worst record this season, the past season.
Well, maybe they're trying to turn this team around, and they need his help.
I hope so.
That's why they recruited him.
I hope so.
They need to turn some shit around over there.
I mean, this dude's a beast. I don't know if you guys... and if you guys are not fans of the University of Utah, you may or may not even heard the story, but unless you lived under a rock, I don't know. So you had, Ty Jordan passed away the previous Christmas from a self-inflicted gunshot. Within a year, one of his best friends from the same high school that also plays at the University of Utah was shot and killed at a party after a game. They both wore number 22. Ty Jordan wore number 22. Aaron Lowe was his best friend, and he asked if he could wear number 22 in his honor. And then he was killed. We retired. I say we like I'm a player.
Yeah, who are you?
I do support the school, so yes. Financially and in spirit. But he wore number 22. They retired number 22 this season because in honor of those two boys. And when Devin Lloyd went to the combine, you're just randomly given a shirt with a number on it, and he was given number 22 during the combine, just coincidentally, which is kind of cool. It was an interesting little story that Stephen Smith Sr. came down here I don't know if he still lives in Utah or if he has a house here. Because, Stephen Smith played in the NFL for a few teams. So I don't know exactly where he lives, but he actually came here for, was it a 30 for 30? An episode for ESPN, I believe. And they did a little thing about Devin Lloyd. So it's pretty cool. Anyway, he got drafted in the first round. So that's always exciting.
And then, other big news for sports, the International Olympic Committee was back here in Utah this week.
At the time of this recording, they're here right now. They're here.
We're gonna go party with them after this recording.
Yeah,
we got drinks waiting for us.
Like, hey guys.
Hey, remember us from 2002?
Want to have a good time still? We'll keep this going all the way through 2030. Yes. So yeah, the International Olympic Committee is here meeting with the Utah Olympic Committee right now as we are recording this. They're here for the weekend, or actually for about half of a week. They're here, and they are just kind of looking at all of our locations. And the Utah Olympic Committee feels very optimistic because all of our venues are still in great shape and being used today.
Yeah, we still have. I mean, they use that park in Park City constantly.
Yeah.
The place in Kearns that they built for
The Oval.
The Oval. I mean, that is used every day. That's a rec center. So.
Yes. They were looking at the Vivint Arena. Speaking of the where the Utah Jazz play. Speaking of them, they were looking at Vivint Arena. They're also looking at Rice Eccles Stadium, also where Devin Lloyd played for the University of Utah. They're also looking at Snow Basin up north and in Weber County, and they're also looking at Park City, like we just mentioned, and Provo. And they're looking at all these facilities where the Utah Olympic Committee is feeling very good about we might get this bid for 2030 Winter Olympics. The International Olympic Committee will make their decision May 2023. So in about a year from now, they'll make that decision of where it'll be. 2020, we just had 2022. 2026 will be in Italy. And so we're hoping 2030 is going to be right back here in Salt Lake or Utah.
If it makes it here, you're going to go party downtown?
Hell yeah.
All right.
As much as possible.
Yeah.
I'm going to go to as many events as possible as well.
Yeah.
Curling, hockey, bobsled.
That would be pretty dope, actually.
Everything.
Because I never cared about doing that when it was here. Because I was only like 18 when it was here. 18, 19. So I didn't give a shit. And I couldn't get into anything because I wasn't 21. And
right.
So, and I was too scared to use your fake ID because I'm like, this is like Olympic shit. I can't be flashing fake shit around here.
So this was February 2022. In December 2021, 2 months previously, I had just turned 21. So I was like in heaven.
Did you say 2021? You mean 2001?
That's what I said, 2001. In December 2001, I turned 21. And in February 2002, during the Olympics, I was living it up. It was a great time.
Yeah. I was just running around on the streets. Not being able to get into anything.
Just watching people enjoy themselves.
Yeah, I'm like, that looks fun. Oh boy, does that look fun.
You guys have a blast out there.
How are you guys having fun over there?
But it's great.
I can't wait till I'm old enough to have fun.
If you could get tickets to any of the events, what would you want to get tickets for?
Probably ski jump.
Oh, that's a good one. Yes.
The snowboard.
The half pipe. Oh my gosh, yes.
The exciting shit.
Yes.
Things where you'd be outside big puffing it on TV. That's what I want to do. I want to be on TV big puffing it.
Speed skating? You like speed skating?
I'd watch it. I'd be down to watch it.
I do like it. I watched a little bit. My oldest, she got into figure skating for a little bit. And they would have the speed skaters out there that were practicing for the Olympics. And we would watch it sometimes. And that was pretty fun. Am I going to watch it every week on TV? No. During the Olympics, yeah, I consume it all up during the Olympics. But my wife for sure will get a bunch of figure skating tickets. I know she'll want to watch a lot of the figure skating, so we'll probably do a lot of that.
I definitely would want to do more high energy events just because.
Yeah, you're right. The snowboard half pipe. I'm with you.
When you're going to be in the cold, you want high energy events. You're going to want a lot of alcohol, a lot of high energy to keep you warm. It'll be a good time.
Well, the figure skating is indoors, but
it's indoors, but
same with hockey. I like to go to some of the hockey games. Yeah, I'm big into that. I like that. So I'm excited for it. I hope we get this. I know we don't get an answer until next year, but like watching this report from the Utah Olympic Committee, how this guy, I should have showed it to you. I was watching the interview with the guy from that represented the Utah committee. He looked very optimistic. He looked very high energy. Like he felt confident. Hey, we're going to get this. They also interviewed Derek Parra. If you remember, in 2002, he won the gold in speed skating, speaking of that. And he is an employee at the Kearns Oval. And they help train all the up and coming, maybe future stars of the Olympics. So he also, like, watching him talk, he felt very optimistic. Like it
feels like it's a go.
It feels really good. Like watching these two guys talk, that it made me feel excited about it. Like, I think it's happening.
We've been maintaining all our stuff here, and everything's still being used.
They maintain it well. Even if you go to the Park City, it's like almost like a museum of Winter Olympic stuff, and you can go look at that stuff. And
that was been 20 years.
Yeah.
And I haven't aged. That's the
Still
crazy
look
part.
the same.
This is the craziest
Just different
part.
haircut.
Got like 10 gray hairs, but other than that, I'm good.
Yeah, we got different haircuts is all. I had slick back hair. You had flat tops.
It's still rough. I mean, that's probably same shit, I guess.
Yeah, but we have anyway. So those are some recent sport news that's exciting, I think. Anyway, there's some recent upcoming activities, brother. Why don't you go share some of the activities coming up?
Living traditions. That's happens every year downtown at the Salt Lake County building.
Mm-hmm.
We used to be a part of that. We dancing our asses off, getting our ankles smashed and some bamboo. That's how we do it.
Yeah, we represent that Filipino community for sure.
Yeah, the tinikling, all the fun stuff. But yeah, we grew up doing that and then helping out, serving up some Filipino food. Now, they're still carrying it on. They're still doing it. Multicultural. They just have dances going on all day long.
Yeah, I'll tell you what though. In my opinion, it's not the same. Yeah,
I haven't been in a long time because it's not the same.
Yeah, I mean, we went last year to it, and so they have two stages on the north side of Washington Square and on the south side, and there's different performances from different cultures that perform, and that's fun. I do enjoy that. And they have some activities. They'll have people like doing their culture. Maybe it's weaving baskets, or they showcase some of their jewelry that they make. Different things like that. That's always fun as well. Again, we're foodies though, and so that's the part that lacks the most at this event. And it's a little disappointing. What they used to do that we really enjoyed is that they had so many food booths. I mean, 20?
It almost seemed like every culture that was representing a dance or of some kind, representing their culture, had a booth for food as well.
Right. And there would be lines at the end. They'd just all be lined up on the east side of Washington Square. But now, they just have some food trucks, a couple food trucks. And it's food trucks you can go to any of the food truck roundup or leagues or anything.
I wonder if that has to do with just like the...
COVID?
Not COVID, but food safety.
I don't know.
Because maybe a lot of these places don't have licenses.
Maybe.
If you think about it. If you think about back in the day when we were helping, I don't think they had a license for it.
I don't know. You're right. I don't know. It is disappointing though because that easily had the most lines where it was the food.
Well, at least a lot of people are jumping in on food trucks, and there are a lot of multicultural food trucks.
And I'm okay with that if that's what it is. The ones at last year there was maybe 3 food trucks.
Because, I mean, also at the same time, you got to think about business for the food trucks. What makes sense for them? Are they going to make more money there, or are they going to make more money at a different event?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'll tell you what, at previous Living Tradition festivals, there were always long lines in the food booths. So, just saying. So, I don't know. Will I go down again this year? Yes, I'll go check it out. Why don't you tell people the dates?
Oh, yeah. So, it does start on the 20th of May.
Which is a Friday. It's usually for a weekend.
It used to be like the first week of June. So it's getting like earlier and earlier in the year.
Yeah, I always remember in May.
Really? I always remember the first weekend in June for some reason.
And that's okay.
That is okay. They can do whatever they want. They're adults.
Speaking of what's okay, your favorite activities coming up this year after a 3-year hiatus. They haven't had this for the last 3 years. This year it's bringing back... What is it?
It's Pride Week, folks.
Yeah, it is.
How do you know they haven't had it for 3 years?
Because I read the story.
Oh, because you've been waiting. You've been waiting. That's why.
Have you ever been to Pride Week?
I haven't, and I haven't made it a priority or anything to go to it, but I do want to go.
Okay.
And a lot of people I know go to it, and a lot of people have a blast going to it. I just don't go because it's gonna be a crazy ass crowd, and it's so crowded. It gets so packed. And I just don't want to get into a big ass crowd and then have to get out of the crowd later. Yeah, that's the problem I have with it. Like it like jazz games, leaving a jazz game, same thing. It's like man.
Yeah, I've been to it once. It was on accident. I actually was just going downtown just for something else. I'm like, there's the Pride activity event going on. I didn't go to the parade or anything. I just went through because again they had the booths. They're selling items and things like that. So I walked through that, but it's exactly what you said. It was so crowded. It just wasn't that fun for me because it was so crowded. Like you're barely moving as you're walking through to try to look at things. It was overly crowded.
Well, not only that, it's really crowded, and it's usually pretty hot because it's like the beginning of June when this goes on, because it starts when, June, oh no, this starts May 29th, but goes to June 5th.
Yeah, so that's the week it's going to happen. You know, even when they have like the Fan X and it's super crowded downtown,
it's crazy.
I don't, Living Traditions Festival does not get overly crowded.
No, it's just that block.
Yeah.
It's just the block that gets crowded, not like the whole city as a whole downtown.
But when there's like Pride Week or Fan X, you go to the outdoor event sometime there. That's like at Salt Palace. Does it get crazy over there during that?
So it hasn't been as bad anymore because of rideshare. Rideshares have been making things so much easier because people have just been Ubering to things.
Hey, that's not a bad idea, actually. Just get dropped off somewhere nearby and just walk the rest of the way instead of trying to park.
Electric scooters.
Hey, here's some good tips right here.
I just give out free stuff all the time.
These are some good tips right here, you guys. So I probably I won't go out of my way to go to Pride Week, but if there's something else going downtown that I go to, I'll probably sneak my way in.
If people I know are going downtown and I'm not doing anything at the moment and I get invited, I'll go. If I don't have a fishing tournament,
I don't know what days of the week these are, but maybe if it's like a Sunday, maybe a Sunday might be a slow day, and that might be a good time to go.
But I don't know what happens all week long. I know they do parades on Saturdays, and I don't know about Sundays, but I don't know what happens all week. Like what happens downtown all week long.
But anyway, if you guys like to go every year, it's back. Finally, this year, it's back.
Derek's excited.
Woohoo!
Hey.
All right, and then big comedy show coming up. We did talk about Chelsea Handler's coming. That's happening right now. This past weekend, and also Bert Kreischer. We didn't catch that, but he actually also was just performing this past weekend. But coming up though, November 5th. We did talk about in November. Joe Coy's coming, and then also November 5th at the Eccles Theater is going to be David Spade. Now he does perform here at Wise Guys often, and he has sold out the last two shows. That I actually tried to buy tickets to his last two shows. Both times sold out. But he's going to be performing at Eccles Theater, so this time a lot more seats available, since this will be at a theater. But this will be November 5th. I do have a code to get early access. I don't know when the tickets go on sale, but if they haven't gone on sale yet and you want the early code, let me know. I have the early code. Yeah, because you know the Buko
Boys exclusive.
Come on. Now last week we went to the Chappelle show. We gave you guys some tips. I'm going to reiterate these tips so that everyone can enjoy themselves at these upcoming comedy shows. Number one, if you're someone that gets offended easily,
stay your ass home.
Stay your ass home. If you don't like jokes about politics or race or stereotypes,
or if there's just jokes in general that you don't like, just stay your ass home.
Don't go to those.
Yeah, don't go to a comedy show if there's jokes you don't like.
If you're a fan of any of these people, Chelsea Handler, Bert Kreischer, Joe Coy, David Spade, if you're a fan of these people, guess what most people there are? Also fans.
So
you don't need to shout out old jokes. We get it.
We also have heard them.
We've heard them. We're thinking them in our own heads, actually. We just are smart enough to keep them inside and laugh to ourselves.
If you want to go blurt out some dumb shit, go to the Olympics. Wait for a figure skating show when it's all quiet and go, yeah, do your dumb shit there.
No heckling needed. Don't get offended and enjoy it. Laugh your ass off. Don't be afraid to laugh though. If something's funny, you don't need to hold that in. Let it out. Enjoy yourself though. So these are just some tips for you guys to enjoy your next comedy show.
Giving those out for free all day.
Yeah, more tips for you guys. Ride share and don't get offended. You'll have a lot more fun. These are tips for you. All right. So anyway, that's some upcoming and latest sports news for Utah. But we also did a couple new restaurants to us.
Yeah, not new.
One's local, one's a franchise, but it's local people that own the franchises. So we'll talk about those. But let's talk about the first place we went to.
All right, this one's called.
This was your suggestion.
Yeah, I've seen this place for the last few years.
They do have 4 locations, by the way,
and they've been growing. And I've driven past while they're cooking, and I see the smoke barreling out of there, and I'm like, man, that smells good. So we finally went. It's called El Mexiquense.
El Mexiquense Grill. We went to the Sandy location.
And
what kind of food do they have there?
Well, it's Mexican food. It's like street tacos.
If you didn't catch the L in the Mexi part,
It's the.
L means the. Yeah, and it's got like a street feel to it, right? Like when you walk in, they've decorated it really nice inside. It makes it feel like you're on the street, like getting street tacos, right? Like that's the feel. Like they painted it so it looks that they have like the hanging banners, like if it was like a festival in the city.
They got a lot of pineapples decorated in there.
They got pineapples and decorations. They got the waters, the liquid drinks that they make. They have like the barrels that they scoop it out. I mean, it looks great. They got the grill cooking tacos and burritos, and so kind of talk about maybe, brother, what you ordered and what you were expecting, and
Yeah, so I mean, they have a bunch of tacos to choose from, as well as burritos and sandwiches, but anyways, I wanted tortas. But anyways, I wanted to mix it up and get a few different tacos.
One thing I didn't catch though that they didn't have on the menu was the molcajete.
No, because you can't get that on the streets.
No.
You don't get that on the streets, man.
Too heavy.
You don't even walk away with that.
You can't walk away with the molcajete.
Yeah, they need that. So anyways, I tried it. I tried 4 different kinds. I'll tell you,
Well, and I got 3 different kinds, and we got an appetizer.
I did like that.
Which was like a chorizo cheese bean dip.
Yeah.
with chips.
I like
and we got a dessert. We'll talk about all these and drinks.
So I like that the appetizer we got, because chorizo to me is salty.
Yeah,
So I like how the beans and the cheese kind of took some of that
it
away.
kind of balances it a little bit more.
Yeah. So I did like that.
Agreed. It was I was expecting more, like
Yep.
more chips, I should say.
I was expecting more chips, a little bit, but it was still good.
It's still good.
And when it came to the tacos,
We got 7 total. Let's try 6 flavors. We started 6 flavors. I'm sorry, 6 flavors of tacos.
and I'll tell you, if I was like starving, I wouldn't stop eating it. But I wasn't starving, so I was in it for the flavor of things. Del Barrio by far, on the
Yes.
on the pastor, and carnitas, all that. Like, yeah.
Yeah. In my opinion, the flavor wasn't there. I'll just say that the flavor wasn't there. So, for example, we had the cabeza. That's from like the cheekbones and everything like that. No flavor. Very gelatinous. Not much flavor. The carne asada tastes like old meat, in my opinion, like an older meat flavor. They've been maybe in the fridge for a few days.
Well, or just not the best cuts.
Not the best cuts. I was scared I was gonna get gout. I'm like, oh great, this is not good quality. I'm gonna get gout from this.
Oh man, I went to a burrito place the other day, and now, oh man, it made this one a lot better, because it was just like a day before that, and I was just like real upset with the way I was served. So
at a previous
place. So this was more appealing than that. So I was kind of coming off of a real bad experience.
So what was you like? Me, I'm saying these tacos that I had, they were lacking in flavor. The carnitas, the carne asada, the cabeza. I didn't try your El Pastor, but everything just seemed really lacking in flavor. Like there just wasn't much flavor, in my opinion.
Agreed.
How was the El Pastor for you?
That had flavor, but like I said, Del Barrio blew it out of the water.
Okay.
And like I said, if all of those combined, like if I was starving, I wouldn't stop. But I wasn't starving.
We didn't finish. I didn't finish my food. I gave up on it. We did get drinks. We got the licuados. They had 4 flavors, I believe. And you got the cantaloupe.
Yeah, that one's bomb.
It was really good, right? Yeah. They had a Jamaica. Was it horchata? Was that the one? And then I got the mango pineapple. Amazing. The drinks were so good. And they're in those big barrel things. They have to with ice, and they have to scoop it out with a ladle. And I like that whole look and style to it. It was very good. But the tacos,
yeah. I mean, some people that probably aren't like taco aficionados like ourselves, they would probably be like, "Oh, these are so delicious. I'm going to tell my friends." And that's why they have 4 locations.
I can't see why, but okay.
Well,
yeah.
look where they're. Let's take a look at where they're located,
Okay.
and most people
Yeah,
probably
okay,
think
all
that
right.
mayo's too spicy.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
So to them, that's probably just bursting
In
with
fact,
flavor.
actually, I'll say those 4 locations, and maybe you'll understand. West Jordan. We told you we were in Sandy. Lehigh and Saratoga Springs. So
Bursting with flavor.
for those people. Yeah, I'll pass on that. And then we decided let's try their dessert. They don't make the dessert. They get it from a local place in Orem.
And we instantly regretted that decision.
We'll tell them what we got and why we regret it.
Well, it was tres leches.
So what is
More
tres
like
leches?
dos leches.
Maybe like no leches. So tell them what tres leches is.
It means 3 milks.
Yeah. So
I
if you're
went to high
thinking
school Spanish.
yes. So if you haven't had it, or maybe you're hearing this name like tres leches, 3 milk, what is that? It's supposed to be very extremely moist.
Wet.
Like wet. Yeah, like you're gonna be eating like it's gonna be the bottom of your tray.
It's like a pudding
plate.
cake. It's like a cake pudding.
No, don't say
okay.
there's no pudding. What are you
There's no
talking
pudding,
about?
but it's just so wet. It's just so wet.
Yeah, we're pudding.
Okay, I don't know. I was trying to throw some shit out there. I don't know.
No, it's not pudding like. It's cake that's very moist. Like it was
That's what I said,
sitting in a
pudding
bowl.
cake. I said a pudding cake, but it's not. I don't know. It's
No,
different
forget
consistency.
that.
Different consistency.
Yeah, you're gonna throw people off if they had never
Yeah.
had it. When you have tres leches, whether it's on a plate or in a platter or whatever, there's going to be some milk on the bottom. That's how moist it is. Okay, it has absorbed all the milk that it can, and now it's still sitting on the plate. That's how moist this cake is going to be.
It'll leak moisture of milk.
Yeah. How moist was it?
There was nothing leaking out of it.
It was dry.
Yeah.
It was dry. Okay, this is supposed to be 3 milks soaking cake. And it was dry. It had a layer of cake, then a layer of
I don't know if
canned peaches.
It was canned peaches or canned pears. Either way, it was a
peaches.
horrible idea to throw that in this cake.
Canned peaches, and then another layer of cake, and then frosting.
I don't know what part of Mexico uses that in their tres leches, but yeah, I wasn't a fan.
We both had a bite and said, let me try this again. We had a second bite and said, yeah, garbage.
Yeah, it was like, I got a better way to eat this. We
Yeah.
don't.
So apparently they're opening more locations because they have 4. I would not go again.
At least they're smart in knowing their
Demographic.
locations. Yeah, they know where to
They know
where to
their
build them.
demographic. they look authentic. That's what they go for. The authentic look.
Good for them.
Good for them.
Yeah, they know how to do it. They know how to play their cards. Way to
Yeah.
go, guys.
The Buko boys won't be back, but I did tell you this. I would stop in if I was like
For a drink?
for a drink.
Yeah, I would. I would stop
I would
for
for
a drink.
sure stop in for a drink. That's for sure. That's about it though. So since we did miss a good dessert, we decided let's try another dessert place.
That's right next door.
We went next door, and we went to Handel's. So I know it's a franchise, so I know it's not Utah based, but it is somewhat new to Utah. They have 7 locations now in Utah. It is a franchise, so it's owned by Utah people, I believe. But anyway, since we had not a great report on a place, we want to give a positive report because that's how we like to live, positively.
Yeah.
So we went to Handel's next door. It's ice cream.
You can't go wrong with ice cream.
Can't go wrong with ice cream.
Or can you?
Ooh,
No,
we'll tell you. So this was both of our first times there.
Yes.
What did you think about it?
I thought it was delicious. It was creamy, really, really creamy.
Yes.
And looking at the menu, I was happy to see that they do malts.
Yeah, so there's shakes and malts. And
Yeah,
they
they
have
do-
sundaes and these things called hurricanes where they mix like 20 flavors into one.
And I was thinking, okay, McFlurry. That's what it made. That's what I put in my head, and that's what made sense to me.
Yeah.
Um,
So what did you get and
I got a
your
malt.
impressions?
So when I saw that they had a malt, I was excited because for some reason in Utah for the shakes, nobody has like drinkable shakes. Everything's like
Spoon.
super thick
Yeah.
or with spoons, and it's.
Well, what do you prefer?
I want to be able to drink it.
You prefer drinking your shakes.
Right. I want to be able to
Okay.
okay, I want this now, and I want a straw in it, and I want to just cruise around drinking my shake.
I like the convenience of that, but overall, I do prefer a thick shake that I'm using a spoon for.
Like in that case, I would have just got ice cream.
Ice cream scoops?
Yeah. So like to me, when it's like that, I'm like, why the hell? I would have just got ice cream. If I get a shake, I want to drink this thing.
Okay.
And so when I saw that they had malts, I was like, hell yeah, I'm getting it. Because a malt is just like if you had a full glass of the ass end of a shake,
Yes.
where it's all melting, that's what that is. It's the best. It's the best part of the shake.
The malt.
Yeah. So I got that. But I couldn't choose between the flavors I wanted. They had banana cream and coconut cream. So I blended the two together, and it tasted like the sweetest vanilla in the world. I couldn't tell what flavor I was tasting.
But you did like it though.
Yeah, it was delicious.
Yeah.
But then after I ordered a big one, and after so much of it, I got pretty sick of it.
Well, because you were full from the drinks from
The blend tacos.
Yeah.
And then taking the shake, it was a little too much, and I was getting full.
What I did is I got the 4-pack sampler, so you get 4 flavors, a scoop of 4 different flavors, and I thought that'd be a good way for me to try all the different flavors, or at least try multiple flavors at once. And you can debate over banana cream pie or coconut cream pie, so I actually got one of each for 2 of my 4 scoops. I will say it was good. Yes. Some of my flavors I was expecting like a sharp. For example, one of them I got was black cherry. I've had other black cherries. Now, I expect a sharp black cherry. And it was very mild.
Very creamy.
Yeah, because it is very creamy. It is very good. We just compared El Mexicanse to Del Barrio, and we've seen Del Barrio blew it out of the water. Let's compare. We did do a thing on Brooker's. What do you think Brooker's to Handles?
Brooker's for sure.
For sure.
Because
Brooker's has that sharp flavor. Their flavors are sharp.
Yeah, and they add like big things to the flavors too. So
yeah,
there's a lot more love involved over at Brooker's.
I think so. Handles is good.
Is good.
So I think if you guys are ice cream fans, you guys will like to go there.
Yep. Well, we got some more places to try out coming up soon, and some more events coming up soon. So should we call that an episode?
Yeah, we'll keep you guys posted. Real quick, just a real quick reminder: you guys can follow Buko Boys on Instagram and Facebook at Buko Boys. If you guys enjoy the podcast, if you like the route we're going, where we're going, we're showing our home state of Utah some love with news and activities and restaurants and businesses, let us know, and share the episode. So follow or subscribe. Again, we are on all podcast platforms, and we are on YouTube, so you can find us all there if you guys want to watch and experience the essence that is the Buko Boys.
All right, y'all. Thanks for listening and watching. Peace out.
Bye.